Welcome to the grillrost.com test laboratory. The grill behind me is the Traeger Pellet Grill 780. This grill is the first in the series that we want to make more efficient. Traeger Pellet Grills, an American product, they invented the pellet grill and they're quite all right. But now we have to make them efficient, made in Germany style, namely with perfectly manufactured parts, all made of stainless steel, in terms of efficiency and of course durability. Because anyone who knows our products knows grillrost.com is top quality, made in Germany. We'll start at the top of the grill with the storage rack. Storage rack, warming rack, this one from Traeger is made of enameled steel. If the enamel ever chips, it can start to rust. Get rid of it. Ours here is made of stainless steel. Stainless steel, but that's not the only advantage. These parts at the front are what really matter. In fact, a major grill manufacturer has already copied this warming rack. And why? Because it's just so cool. Namely, there are milled out holders here, and chicken drumsticks can be hung upside down in these holders. They hang upside down, get crispy all around in the hot grill, and the meat juices flow into the meat. This makes them extra juicy and crispy. 11 chicken drumsticks can be hung here. Into the grill it goes. Moving on to the grill grate. But this isn't about the grill grate, it's about these lifters. The lifters are made of stainless steel. We developed them too. We can also manufacture the grill grate for you, partially or fully dismantleable, and of course made of stainless steel. Now let's put that aside. But the grill grate isn't the interesting part today, it's what's underneath the grill grate. And that is, first of all, the grease strip tray. And here we can be more efficient. And also take a closer look at sustainability. Namely, this tray here is made of sheet steel. When you get a new Traeger grill, it's a bit oily because it's pickled, and oiled sheet metal, as they say. It's oiled so that it doesn't start to rust during transport. But now, with this tray, when salts and oils drip onto it, you can see here, it hasn't been used much, but it's already starting to rust. And that's why Traeger always recommends putting a large aluminum plate, you could almost say, on the grease strip tray. Of course, not very sustainable. The aluminum trays always have to be disposed of. We're making the whole thing sustainable, putting that tray away, and we've developed this part here. You can already tell, or you can probably see, it's thicker than the original, so it's also heavier. And the main advantage is that it's made of stainless steel. So in the future, you can completely do without aluminum foil or aluminum trays on the grease strip tray. It's perfect. Finely polished, and of course made in Germany. And we pay special attention to ensuring the polishing direction runs this way. Because then you have the significant benefit that the grease more effectively follows along the polishing direction and smoothly drains away from the grease strip tray. We're not putting this in the grill yet, because now we're going to look even further down. And down here we find this metal plate. You can already see on the surface, it hasn't rusted yet, but it's very close to rusting. This is a heat shield that goes over the burner pot. This here is the new version made of curved sheet metal, relatively thin and galvanized steel. It starts to rust quickly. Now we've developed a new plate, and it's this one right here. More solid, made of warp-free stainless steel. We give the Grillrost family guarantee on this, meaning if it ever warps, we will replace it. Solid stainless steel made in Germany. This part here can go. One more step down, and this is also to make things easier for every pellet or Traeger griller. And that is the ash scoop right here. The ash scoop is placed inside the burner pot. It's notched out so that the glow plug can pass right by it. And the burner pot is the thing that always needs to be cleaned first. Sometimes unburned pellets fall in there, and all the pellet dust falls in too. With this handy little scoop, just lift it up, dump it right out, and roughly 90% or so of the ash that collects can be removed with this simple tool. Of course, eventually you will need a vacuum to clean it all out completely, but I'd say this easily handles 4 or 5 separate grilling sessions. Insert it. Here is our Traeger pellet scoop. We place it in here. This component fits perfectly right into the burner pot. And with this tool, you can very easily remove any unburned pellets or ash that falls down in here, and then empty the ash scoop. And now, let's move right along to the heat diffuser plate. And here you can already see why this should actually be solid. Galvanized metal, thin metal. And now here we have our warp-free stainless steel plate, just inserted like the original one. And this is the most heavily used plate in the grill. It has to absorb all the heat from the burner pot and distribute it throughout the grill. And another thing to note is that we developed this plate for the new series. But we also developed it for the old series. And right here you can see the old grill. It was a Pro 32 model and it has been used quite a bit more. And now you can clearly see the problem. This part is made of solid steel and it has warped significantly over time. And here too we've provided a solution, namely our stainless steel heat shield. Ultimately the same size, but heavier, more solid, and made of warp-free stainless steel. So if you have a new series Traeger grill, you need this plate, and the old series needs this part. Both made of stainless steel, both made in Germany, perfectly manufactured. And now we move on to our stainless steel grease drip tray. Just place it in the grill. It fits perfectly, and in the future you'll never need aluminum foil in the grill again. Now we come to this part here, which is a highlight today. This is a lid liner for the Traeger Pro 780 series. This plate has already proven that it makes the grill significantly more efficient. We have already replaced this part on every one of our other grills here in the test lab. Specifically, it's a spare part that we've developed, and it ensures that the lid becomes double-walled. We can see it here behind me. The Traeger, as good as it is, isn't particularly efficient. That's largely due to this lid panel, which makes up about 40% of the grill's surface, but is only single-walled. Single-walled means heat escapes to the outside, the lid is always very hot, exactly, and more pellets are needed. With this part, we achieve 20% less pellet consumption. And now let's install the part here. The handle is unscrewed. For this, we just use a Phillips head screwdriver. And it was important to us in the design of this lid panel that no structural changes to the grill are necessary. So with existing parts, screws are just supplied by us, but with all existing parts, without making changes to the grill, the panel can be installed. The screw here is already stripped. That's because the grill has been taken apart and reassembled many times for testing. Well, it'll manage one more time. Our lid panel is, as mentioned, made of stainless steel. All the mounting hardware you need is included in the delivery. And there's also something screwed on back here. Specifically, it's a strong magnet. There's a mounting point on the left side, but not on the right, so we're using a magnet to help us out. Place it on. You can already see it fits the lid perfectly. Now for the handle, which is screwed on from the back. Screw number 2. It's set, and now there are 2 more screws and 2 nuts included. The 2 screws were here for the lid holder, so it doesn't tip backwards. That one has 2 shorter screws. Here we have 2 slightly longer screws. Included in the delivery, which you just put there instead. There, perfect. And now there are 2 M4 nuts included to screw on up here. And now we'll use a 7mm socket or a 7mm wrench. And now this is being tightened. The 2 screws hold it here, the handle screws hold it here, and our magnet holds it here, and thus the lid is double-walled. It feels much more solid and substantial now. It definitely feels like a very high-quality piece. And what really matters is that it covers about 40%, or maybe even a bit more than that, of the grill's entire surface. And at the grill's surface exactly, that's where the heat just disappears. It escapes to the outside and is gone. And with the lid panel, air is trapped inside here. A quick physics lesson: air is the poorest conductor of heat, and that's why insulation works this way. There must be air in between. Poorest conductor, no heat escapes to the outside. So much for the physics, we've already tested it too. And it doesn't necessarily make the grill hotter because it's a smoker. It's meant for low and slow grilling, not high temperatures. However, this mechanism ensures that the pellet hopper here will empty out 20% slower. This means it effectively has 20% more pellets left. So if the grill usually runs for 10 hours, it now runs for 12 hours. And we really want to prove that to you as well. So please, if you've ordered our lid plate or are getting one, let us know in the comments exactly how much longer your pellet tank lasted. And for those who really love pellet grilling, you can't miss out on these parts from us either. Like this one here, it's a hook rack that simply hangs inside the pellet hopper. The lid can still be closed, and here you have a perfect hook rack for hanging up your grilling utensils. A nice little add-on for the pellet hopper, and here we have our stainless steel hinges, which can be retrofitted to the grill, and they basically ensure that this, now then let's say this functional but not exactly aesthetically pleasing side shelf, is something that can quite easily be swapped out for something better. They are screwed onto the left and right of the grill. These rails are made of stainless steel. A nice wooden board can be screwed on top. We'll link to or show a picture of a completely pimped out Traeger grill like that. And it can be very easily folded down and back up again. Our stainless steel part will definitely outlast the grill itself. And this part here is a real must-have for the Traeger Pellet Grill. And I'll show you that now. Let me just turn the grill around. And here comes the game changer. This is a pellet chute that just clicks into place with a magnet on the pellet hopper's clean out door. And now the door is unscrewed. And voila, the pellets fall right out. You need to do this, for example, when removing pellets for the winter if you're not planning to use the grill, to keep them from getting damp, or if you just want to swap the pellets. Otherwise, they just tumble down the side of the grill somehow. With the pellet chute, that's no longer a problem. So, and now thank you very much for watching. The Traeger is now completely pimped out. Double walled lid, multi-station grease strip tray. You've seen it all. This part here is our highlight of the video. 20%, remember that. Feel free to comment below. Exactly, and I don't think there's much more you can do to this grill. If you can think of anything else, write it in the comments. We're always developing new products, all made in Germany. They should all offer added value for the griller and the grill. So enough talking. And now I'd say lid closed. Thanks for watching and see you next time.